We got some big news here from Charlie Intel that some unverified rumor claims that several Modern Warfare 2 classic maps from the 2009 version of the game will be returning in the new Modern Warfare 2 during its year 2 content. But I'm sorry to break it to you guys, this isn't really any crazy news, and we'll talk about that in 1 second. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Maverick here. If you wouldn't mind just tickling the like button down there to help me out and push this video out to more people, as well as maybe hit the subscribe button if you're interested in more Modern Warfare 2 content. So basically, this just says that, you know, there's a new rumor that's been unverified that several classic MW2 2009 maps will be returning to MW2 2022 during year 2 of content, which is basically, you know, because now we're in a 2-year life cycle. So the second year, apparently we're gonna be getting some classic MW2 maps. And some people are acting like this is a, you know, this is a crazy big deal and this is awesome. But in reality, this is something we have seen every single year. We have seen classic Call of Duty maps remade and remastered into the new Call of Duty. We've seen it in Vanguard, we've seen it in Modern Warfare 2019, we've seen it in Cold War. I mean, Nuketown comes back in every Black Ops game. You know, we've seen so many maps come back from old Call of Duties, you know, back in MW2, MW3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. That this isn't really surprising news. But don't get me wrong, just because this isn't surprising news doesn't mean it isn't like cool news or isn't exciting news, because we technically, you know, obviously like it says it's unverified rumors, but even if it, let's say, ever gets verified, or even if, you know, it does eventually come, it's cool to know that maps like Terminal, maps like Highrise, or, you know, all those other classic maps from MW2 will come back to the game in this MW2 eventually. Is definitely cool because so many people like those maps, so at least, you know, eventually we'll be getting some DLC maps that we will enjoy. I'm personally more curious about how many of the 16 rumored 66 maps coming to MW2 at launch are going to be remasters. If I had to guess, maybe a couple at launch, like 1 or 2, could end up being remakes of old, you know, old maps from MW2 or MW3, or maybe the original Modern Warfare. You know, you never really know. I wonder if they'll remake any maps from Modern Warfare 2019, because obviously so many of those maps were garbage for the most part. So maybe you see like a Gun Runner or a Hackney Yard or a Shoot House remake. Obviously we know Farm 18 is supposed to be a Shoot House inspired map, but it'll be interesting to see if we get any actual remakes from MW 2019 in MW2 2022. And on the topic of leaks and rumors, I was actually going to make a separate video about this, but I decided to combine these into one. So as I'm sure you all have seen or maybe know by now, there was actually leaked campaign gameplay on Twitter for Modern Warfare 2. There was a few different leaks, like the guy jumping from one truck to another. There was an MP7 firing in one of the clips. There was someone swimming in one of the clips. So we got a few leaked campaign gameplay, super low quality, not even like actual recordings of the screen. It was like someone took out like an old camera from like the, you know, from way back in the day and was recording their computer screen. So definitely not great footage. And it definitely brings up something that I kind of want to talk about, whether it's actually leaked footage or if it's purposefully leaked footage from Infinity Ward or Activision. There's a few ways this type of leaked footage could get out there. One of those ways could be from what I saw in videos from like Prestige's Key about this, you know, leaked gameplay, that there was actually, these were all missions that they were shown in their like pre you know, session with Infinity Ward back in like June. So these are actually all missions that have already been seen by content creators and press. So this isn't anything actually new to you know, the public. So this could have came from a content creator that, you know, secretly recorded their screen and now is leaking it under a fake Twitter profile. But apparently this is not true, because I don't believe, I can't remember if it was Prestige's Key or if it was Espresso or Exclusive Ace. One of those guys said in their video about this leaked footage that they actually had watermarks over the footage they watched, and there were no watermarks over this footage. So unless it was edited out, it doesn't look like it was one of those content creators or press that leaked this footage. Now this could also be someone on the inside of Infinity Ward or Activision that's actually leaking this footage themselves. They actually have, you know, insider info and insider access to this type of gameplay, and, you know, they leaked it themselves, which is always possible, but it seems a little bit unlikely to kind of do that. I don't know why you'd want to do that. What do you gain from kind of leaking this footage, right? Because you're leaking it on a separate, you know, secret, no follower Twitter account, right? You're not going to get any clout from it because you know you're just going to get copyright striked, and then your Twitter account's going to eventually get taken down or deleted. So there's no personal gain for this kind of stuff. So that sort of leads me to the third reason, which I feel like is possible, and it's definitely had to have happened in the past and probably still can happen in going forward with any video game or anything pretty much that has any hype around it, which is intentional leaking. It makes sense to an extent for someone at Activision, someone at Infinity Ward, you know, for them to get together and say, let's leak some gameplay to sort of build up some hype about what's going on, but also not reveal too much. Hence why it's super low quality footage. Hence why it's footage that has already been seen by content creators and press. So it's nothing that's totally new to everyone and is just new to, you know, the general player base. So it's enough to get them hyped about kind of some of these campaign missions, and, you know, conveniently shows a little bit of the swimming feature, shows a little bit of the new jumping from car to car feature. You know, it shows just enough to get you kind of excited about some of the new features, but not give away too much. I feel like this footage was the perfect balance of showing new features, but not showing too much, as well as kind of like showing enough to get a little bit of hype about, you know, campaign gameplay leading up to COD Next. You know, we're 2 weeks out from that. It just seems like the perfect storm for, you know, this kind of to be a purposeful leak, because like I said, you're not getting any clout from anything like this. It's not like it's not like I went on my main Twitter account and started posting leaks so I could gain followers, right? This is somebody who made a separate account that had no followers and for sure had to have known they were going to get copyright striked and this all taken down off Twitter anyway. So it's interesting to think about that sort of conspiracy theory of whether or not these sort of things are actually purposefully being leaked by Infinity Ward or Activision. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know what you kind of think. What maps do you want to see return from the OG Modern Warfare series in this new game? You know, are you kind of surprised by any of these leaks? What's, you know, really exciting you the most? Make sure to let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you all have to say. And with that being said, hopefully you all enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you all in the next video.